Hello boys and girls, this is Undershield of course, and welcome back to another commentary! Today we are going to talk about Battlefield 1, of course. There's not much more information out about Battlefield, so this is gonna be me talking about what I'm hoping going to be in there and so on and so forth. I'm not gonna be able to give you any kind of good information here, so just keep that in mind. You don't have to watch the video anymore if you thought the video had gameplay in it or actual tangible information. So the gameplay you see in the background is sadly not Battlefield 1. I know it is World War 1, but it is not Battlefield 1. It is Verdun, probably the only, I would say, worth playing World War 1 shooter at the moment out in any way or form. It's on Steam. I'm sorry, French people, I probably butchered the nickname or the name of this game because I believe it is French and I have no clue how to pronounce it, to be honest. It's quite an enjoyable game, actually. It's kind of, it's quite simple. Like, you have your trench you start in, they have their trench they start in between you have no man's land. You have, you get to either defend or attack first, and then if whoever is attacking fails with the attack, you have to fall back and defend, and the enemy will attack instead. And if you manage to take a trench, your spawn points are simply kind of changed, and you get to push their next trench until you have pushed all the way into victory, or until the time runs out and whoever got the most trenches from their enemy wins, simply. Kind of like Rush, actually, in Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2, minus the MCOMs to be armed, of course. But I think it would be pretty cool to see something similar in Battlefield 1, to be honest. I would quite like a game mode like that. This game, though, however, does not play like Battlefield. It plays a lot more like, I would say, Day of Defeat. Sure, Day of Defeat is a Source game and it is World War II, not World War I, but it does remind me a lot about it just because of the weapons, how they handle. You kind of have to be careful, set yourself up, lie in corners and wait for the enemy, and a lot of the times you get shot from some fucking dude behind something that you can't even see, but he saw you very clearly and just picked you off simply, and yeah, it always makes me fucking angry, to be honest. But actually some good gameplay here. I hope you enjoy the gameplay in the background and kind of get a good idea of what we can hope for in Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 obviously will have conquest modes. We can be quite sure about that, since there will be tanks and there will be planes. I have a hard time thinking tanks and planes will be able to fit in a no man's land kind of foxholes and just trenches warfare. I mean, that's kind of how they were used in World War 1, of course, but I don't think you can execute that in a good way, or I don't think even DICE would want to try to execute that in a good way, because it just doesn't make for a very exciting game that a lot of people will enjoy. This is kind of a niche game. I notice a lot of the people playing this is probably a little bit older, my own age or older, to be honest, because a lot of them have very shitty reaction time, very shitty aim, and after I kind of played the game for an hour, I could poop on pretty much everybody in a public server. I didn't even have very good guns like unlocked, like sniper rifle scopes or anything like that. I still could do very good just because I kind of learned how to position myself to kind of tell when they were coming and where to place artillery strikes and similar. Man, I haven't even talked about Battlefield hardly this video so far. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, Battlefield is more arcadish than this, so I think something like this would actually work really well in Battlefield, kind of like a Rush game mode, where you start off as defending your trench and the other guys start off attacking, of course, so you never actually, like, switch roles until the other guys have had their turn attacking or defending. This is kind of just a couple of minutes of attack, then you have to defend if you don't succeed. That will be more like a Rush, I would guess, where you get at least 10 or 20 minutes to take all of the trenches. Maybe it's 2 trenches, maybe it's as many as 6 or 10 trenches, I don't know, but hopefully I would say 4 or more trenches, because that would be quite fun to have to go over a lot of different terrain. Different maps could be very cool. You could have maps who are quite flat, like this one, and you could have maps that are quite wide but have many kinds of height differences, so it's better for sniping or long range, and then short range and that kind of stuff. And honestly, I was very hesitant and kind of afraid that the new Battlefield 1, since it is going to be a World War I game, will have very few guns, because I'm a gun nut. I like to be able to unlock many different classes, many different kinds of guns, customization and that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong now, I do kind of hate it when there's too much customization going around where they're completely useless and don't really do anything good or do anything bad. I want there to be like a real difference to a gun when I customize it in one way or another. For example, a sniper scope instead of the iron sights or something similar like that, or just change the iron sights. But that's the thing though, soldiers in every war from the beginning of wars have been customizing their weapons. Even if someone else made the weapons for them, they might sharpen their own weapons, they might change how the straps on their shield sits, they might change how the armor fits, just to fit them personally better and personally how they like to play better. And the good thing about this is that there's tons of different pistols, a huge amount of different carbines and bolt action rifles, especially the bolt action rifles. There's quite a lot of different ones you can see. There's a lot of machine guns, there's even some submachine guns, early ones. There's different grenades, there's mortars, there's artillery, there's mustard gas, there's God, what's it called? The chlorine gas, I believe, that you make out of like chlorine that you have like in the pools, for example. And since we're gonna have a lot of different cool stuff like horses and tanks and planes, it's gonna be a battlefield game, it's gonna be a lot more. There's gonna be more levels to the game than this game you see in the background Verdun has. I mean, I don't want to like talk shit about Verdun. It's a good game. I mean, it's actually fun. If you have 20 bucks to spare and you want to play something that will kind of warm me up for Battlefield 1 and World War 1, I would say fuck, go ahead and buy it. Actually, it's quite enjoyable. Sure, a lot of the people playing it are kind of shit, so you won't have a hard time doing good in it, even in the beginning. And of course, the first couple of hours might be hard because you kind of have to learn how the enemy looks like and that kind of stuff, because the minimap really only shows friendlies. But at least the minimap shows friendlies. I mean, I was quite happy about that, and not seem to be any like team damage or anything like that either. But yeah, when it comes to Battlefield, obviously, like I said, rush maps would be very cool if the objective, like the MCOM, were the enemy's trench instead of actually MCOMs. I would love that kind of stuff. That would mean some pretty nice PTFO gameplay. I do hope that even though maybe like running around with a sniper rifle with a scope on it wouldn't be like the best thing to do in World War 1. You probably were supposed to sit in your trench and just take pot shots at the enemy. I still hope they include the standard feeling, like when you play a Battlefield game, like playing Battlefield Bad Company 2 or playing Battlefield 3, where you just can PTFO, you can be an aggressive recon, for example. You can play the game how you want to. If you want to camp in spawn and snipe, you can do that, but if you want to go aggressive, you can equip maybe a smaller magnification scope and just go for it close range instead, or whatever. There's trench guns also, it's shotguns. I think it's like M9 1897 or something like that. It's like one of the first pump action shotguns. It's pretty cool to play with, actually. Sadly, I didn't include any of the gameplay with that one, but I got some sick killing streaks with that. I think I killed like 6 of the enemies in their fucking trench. Managed to, after like the 5th try, to actually make it into their trench, and then that fully loaded shotgun just went ham on those fuckers. It was beautiful. I loved it. But also, like, things like the planes, I mean, you might think, oh, I can't really equip it. Or I can't really customize it in any way. You probably will be able to choose which color it has at least, but I would guess, knowing DICE and knowing how shooters have been lately and how people like shooters to be, people like customization. They like to feel like they can play the game their own way and still have fun. I think you will maybe be able to pick between maybe one big machine gun with high caliber, do a lot of damage, or maybe 2 wing-mounted machine guns that have a little bit better rapid fire or rate of fire, but maybe does less damage overall, and so on and so forth. Same thing with the tanks. I hope, actually, maybe you can upgrade the engine after a while. It won't last as long because it gusses more gas or something stupid like that, but you will be able to go slightly quicker, and it will take more for it to get knocked out and that kind of stuff. When it comes to the actual gun customization, I mean, I hope you will be able to maybe, for example, change your iron sights, maybe file them down, quote unquote, or whatever, because I mean, I have a hard time thinking that soldiers in World War One never customized their guns. Like, if a gun kind of hanged up on itself a little bit when chambering another round in a bolt action rifle, I mean, you could always file that down a little bit just to make the action smoother. Maybe you could tape two magazines together or whatever, like all kinds of different stuff. I mean, obviously I have shitty imagination. You guys can probably come up with some more cool customizations that are kind of like low-tech customizations to a gun or to a vehicle from World War One, but still could be fun and good to include in the game itself. Post them in the comments if you want to, of course. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing some cool suggestions, because I don't know, man. I got the Battlefield bug again. I got bit by the Battlefield bug. I'm really looking forward to Battlefield again, and I'm honestly thinking about maybe playing Battlefield 4 again and giving it a chance, just to make a couple of videos of it before Battlefield 1 releases. Obviously, it's a long time before Battlefield 1 releases. It's like, what is it, 4 months or something like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, actually, pretty much. Oh, damn, that's a long time. Damn it. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait. So, I don't know if I really came to much of a conclusion to anything, but hopefully you found the video entertaining. I need to get ready now, take a shower, take a shave, so I can go and have my haircut tomorrow and actually leave for a little bit of vacation in Italy. Also going to be checking out a Witcher 3 event right before my vacation starts, actually. So it's kind of a work/vacation trip, but honestly, the last CD Projekt Red, that's the company that make Witcher 3. The last event I was at, that was kind of the launch event right before the game released, just a couple of weeks before, and I got to play the entire game for many hours, and that wasn't even the best part, to be honest, because I didn't play it much at the event. I just kind of chilled and recorded a little bit, because I wanted to play the entire game at home myself, with my headphones and my computer and that kind of stuff. But yeah, the after party was fucking awesome. It was so freaking cool. You guys remember the vlog with the Viking reenactors and the axe throwing and the smithing and the clay pot making and barbecue and meat and all kinds of cool shit. So I'm really excited right now for that, and it is oh man, I hardly even have time to take that shower I need to take, but I have to take it. I can't go to the hairdresser tomorrow and smell like poop. That ain't good. Anyways, I feel like, did I waste you guys this time? Be honest. I'm so sorry if you expected like more information, but I think I was pretty clear. It was gonna be me ranting about Battlefield 1 in the beginning of the video. I hope so. Please don't hate me. Anyways, as always, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit a like, slap that like button good, like it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever. I don't care, to be honest. Just slap it good, a lot, lots of slapping. Anders like slapping when it's the like button. Don't ever try to slap me, okay? I won't like it. I might slap you back. Fuck, you might like me to slap you back. Shit, did I say the wrong thing? Never mind. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Please share it with your grandpa and grandma, because they probably remember World War I. Bye bye.